How's it going, everyone? We are back with another weekly watch list. So now with FOMC, OPEX, quad witching out of the way, man, I'm not expecting, but I'd say hoping for some good action this week. A plus setups, only executing those, and honestly getting conviction and size behind those trades as well. I've been extremely disciplined. I'm on a crazy streak, if you will. I don't even want to call it a streak at this point, but it's over 200 days now of following my system and rules to a T. So since about like December 18th of last year. So that's trading days, not obviously every day, but full trading days. And a lot of those, plenty of those being cash days as well. I've taken 71. I only been tracking that since the last 97 days. So 71 trades in the last 97 trading days. But anyways, nonetheless, just I'm feeling like one thing that I'm working on the most right now is not as much my edge or my setups or my routine or my rules or my system. That I really feel like it's in the best place it's been. It's simply just not being a pussy and having conviction behind my setups and pressing on the gas when they appear, and not being afraid, if you will, right? So just being as objective as possible. So I'm looking forward to putting them to play this week. The market will give me a couple of my personal A plus setups that I will treat them as sacred. I will give them their full size. And one thing I've just been letting go of is I'm looking forward to building forward, not just getting back, losing quote unquote money in the market, aka paying a tuition to learn how to trade, has definitely affected my trading since I've been in that drawdown. And I'm really focused on just letting go of this drawdown, this imaginary drawdown. Like, oh, I lost this much money, learning how to day trade. Like I can't start being aggressive and really being the best trader I can until I get back to even, and just letting that go completely from my subconscious mind. So looking forward to that, right? I know that this next stage of my trading is about conviction and precision. That's going to, be my breakthrough. I've been a break-even trader for a while, and I'm looking for that breakthrough. Last month was a green month. This month has been green so far. I'm looking really just to make every single month the rest of this year. I'll worry about next year, but a green month, So anyways, let's get into the watch list, QQQ, to kick things off. So taking a look at the daily and the weekly, obviously we're all-time highs. Got 3 white soldiers here, pretty crazy. We'll see where it goes. We just hit 600. We'll see if we get some sellers up here, whatever. But looking at the key levels, looking at the 4-hour time frame to see if we have any demand here. Not seeing any on the 4. We'll take a look at the 3. Not seeing any 3. Man, what a beautiful flag that is right there this past week, Thursday and Friday. My goodness. 2-hour time frame, see if there's any demand here. We do have this one demand zone that I was watching on Thursday as well, but no demand here. We already bounced out of that demand once. 1 hour, not seeing anything here on the 1 hour. Take it down to the 45-minute. See on the 45-minute, nothing. No, that's not my favorite look. Too big of a candle here, so I'm not going to watch that. And again, I'm very selective over my supply and demand. My best trades are break and retest. My key levels: previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low. But I will use supply and demand, but I'm being very selective about them. So previous day high, previous day low, first levels to watch here on QQQ, no 30-minute demand. I'll watch your break and retest long over previous day high, shorts under the previous day low. My next support is going to be down at 593, and then below that I have 591.74, and then this 1 hour demand down here at 590. Just want to double check that there's a daily gap. There is a daily gap here. So I will be watching this daily gap. If we do pull back, I will look for a bounce here, and that's going to be at the high of this candle here at 591. So that's going to be QQQ. Let's go over to NQ now. Obviously, it's going to look pretty similar as far as the daily. We do have this daily gap down here. I'll keep that on watch. No key levels, demand, anything like that. Just previous day high, previous day low. We had this 2-hour demand that we bounced out of already. And then we have our FOMC high. Like, that's really all I'm looking for. I'll watch the pre-market high and pre-market low when the market opens Monday as well. So now we will go over to SPY. So SPY pretty much at all-time highs here again as well. Previous day high, previous day low. We could look for a break and retest over the previous day high, 664.57. But because we have this level up here at 664.91, I'll be looking for a break and retest over this level here. Obviously, even more so the highest point, 665.1. So we'll see how the conditions look when we get up there. Underneath the previous day's low, we do have that same 1 hour demand that we've already bounced out of once, twice now. So I'm not looking at shorts unless we get under 659.15. Below that, we have a lot of room down from FOMC down to this 30-minute demand and previous day low at 654.15. I do want to double check, see if we have daily gap here on SPY, just like on QQQ, but we do not. So we'll do a quick run through to see. Since we didn't have any of the 4, 3, 2, 1 hour demand on QQQ, it's most likely not on SPY as well. Not always the case, but usually the case. But I will just do a quick look here to see if we have any. Not seeing any so far. You know, since FOMC happened, we haven't had any like super large moves. Again, we have this 1 hour demand right here that we bounced once, twice. So that'll be the first I look for. Again, that would be the third bounce though, so going to be lower probability. I'd really be looking to see if it breaks for shorts underneath. So yeah, not seeing any demand here. So we will see where we go. We'll see what the market wants to do this week. If we keep crushing new highs up until the end of the year, man, imagine hitting 700, you know, by the end of the year. That would be wild. Looks like we have a flag here on ES on the 15-minute. So heading over to ES, really again, all I have is previous day high, previous day low. Below that, another previous day low, and pivot low at 66.70, and then below that, the FOMC low. That 1 hour demand that we have on SPY and QQQ is not on ES. So it is not there, so we'll see. We had that flag break. We retested it. Really, really nice and looking move there. Man, that is beautiful. I got to remind myself to keep checking those higher time frames intraday during the trading days. So now let's go over the individuals. Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, and AMD. Apple been on an absolute ripper. I did do a simulated swing trade on Apple starting on August, I believe it was August 4th or 5th. Right before it squeezed, right here. So it's funny. It's a simulated trade, not real money, but it's currently at 197%. So a little beginner's luck on swing trading there. I am looking forward to getting into some swing trading and this year and into next year and building that up as well in a separate portfolio. So I'm looking forward to that. But looking at Apple, previous day high, previous day low, we have this really nice 3 hour demand down here at 236 that we bounced perfectly, and I'm really pissed at myself that I missed that this past week. I was watching this 3 hour demand. I was caught up watching another ticker on Thursday. Didn't have it up on my screen. I've already corrected that by adding a few new grids here. One grid for Nvidia and Apple, one grid for AMD and Tesla, and then one grid for all of them. So I'll be definitely keeping that on watch this week so I do not miss that, because I also missed a really solid AMD supply reject, which I'll show you in a minute, on Friday. That really bummed me out. Because they can't be missing that stuff. Those A+ setups are make and break my month, so I can't be missing those. But we have this 3 hour demand down here. We have this 1 hour demand here on Apple as well that I'll be watching. Is it 1 hour? Yeah, right here. I mean, it's pretty small. We did bounce it, so I kept it on the chart. But if we're under the previous day low, I'd be more favoring shorts back down to this demand. Apple has been crazy intraday recently, just huge moves in one direction, like consolidation and then busting out. So we'll see what we get. Let's see if there's any, new demand with this breakout here on Apple. Nothing on the 4 hour or the 3 hour so far from this new breakout. 2 hour, nothing. 1 hour, nothing other than this, which we already checked. Just not the best looking one. Pretty small green candle. Nonetheless, it still matches the criteria objectively. 45-minute, nothing. 30-minute, nothing. Okay, so we will just be watching that. Keep it really simple for individuals. Previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, break and retest with EMA alignment, supply and demand. Really, really that simple. Let's go over to AMD. So AMD, okay, man, what a move that we had, I think, Thursday overnight and pre-market actually, and we made a 4 hour supply, a 3 hour supply, a 1 hour supply, and a 2 hour supply, all up here. So the first area I was watching was the wick and body of this 4 hour supply. It was a 4 hour and 3 hour. We came up to it to a T, okay, on Friday. Not the strongest confirmation with this small wick here. Same thing on the 2 minute. Wasn't very strong on the 2 minute, but 15-minute was absolutely beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. So definitely would have taken the trade there. And the 3 minute, which I will really only look at for supply and demand here if the 2 and 5 minutes not showing me something. Beautiful confirmation on the 3 minute entry. This would have been your confirming candle. Would have had the first add here, second add, and when this candle started retracing and pushing back down, second add here. unbelievable move and ended up going 317% on the 0-day to expiration. Obviously not catching the whole move, be following my scale plan, but really bummed I missed that. But I'll be watching that supply again. I'll be watching previous day high, previous day low. Underneath previous day low, do a 30-minute demand at 151.97, and then multiple previous day lows down here between 149 and 150, which the bulls have been respecting really well on the daily. They have been saying, we're going to defend 150. We have this daily gap here as well in this area. Let's see where AMD does here. Let's see. We have a really nice bullish candle here off that 150 level. Let's see if we get continuation back up to 186. Kind of curious to see what the weekly looks like on AMD. Very strong weekly as well. So I'll be watching to see if we break that supply. You know, if we get above 162 on AMD, could be pretty nice. My next supply will be up here at 166. So that's going to be AMD. Let's go over to Tesla. Tesla, as you know, everyone became a millionaire with Tesla last week, except for me. I'm just kidding. I did have another simulated swing trade on Tesla. Here, if I go to the daily, I believe there was a daily squeeze. I do have a swing trading chart here. Maybe I can show that in another video. But simulated trade, I believe I need to double check when I took them on the simulation. Let me double check. Again, it's all simulated. It's all, you know, pointless to call it at this point. It's not real money. But I took the cons, simulated cons, on the 19th, August 19th, I believe. So somewhere here, right after this daily candle here, at the bottom of this trend line, and those contracts are up. I just tracked yesterday. Yeah, 100%. They went from $47 a contract to it was the 310 calls January expiration, from $47 a contract to $129 a contract. So pretty freaking crazy. Very, very cool. But again, simulated money, doesn't matter. But I'm looking forward to start, trying these out this end of the year and into next year. But previous day high, previous day low, pretty simple. We had this 30-minute supply that we rejected intraday on Friday as well. Underneath previous day low, my next support 416.38, 409.56, and then this 4-hour demand that we already bounced out of once at 405. If we continue strength, looking at the daily, obviously like to see us get over these highs here at 435 for a pushback to all-time highs. So we'll see what happens. I'll look at longs over the previous day high. And then lastly, we can look at NVIDIA. Haven't taken a single trade on NVIDIA yet, but still keep it up to date. I just haven't really been fond of the way it's been moving intraday, but previous day high, previous day low, really simple. Underneath the previous day low, next support of 172.93. Below that, 168.45. I'll look at longs over the previous day high up to 178.83, ideally over that level before looking at longs. And the next one at 180.4 before move back up to all-time highs. So that's going to wrap it up. I guess I'll check out SPX real quick. Again, I just marked previous day high, previous day low, previous day close as well. And as you can see, our previous day close here on Thursday was bounced to a T on Friday. So that's why I do keep that level there marked as well. So we'll see what happens on SPX. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing Sunday. All right. Enjoy your day. Hope you have an amazing week inside and outside of the market. And I hope and pray that you stay blessed as well. Thank you so much again for watching. If you did enjoy, please comment, like, subscribe, share. Please consider doing one of the following. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I'll see you all in the next watch list.